What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Super Skom Show. This is episode 3, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna let you introduce yourself. Oh wait, I'm here with my host, Scom Brady,
yeah.
the one and
I'm here
only.
too. Hi, how you doing?
My
What's up,
bad.
y'all? That's all good, baby. What's up, y'all? Y'all already know the vibes. I'm in the middle. I'm in the building like ceilings and walls. You know the vibes. What's up?
Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube. Make sure you guys like and comment. Make sure you guys catch up on our last 2 episodes. Make sure you guys subscribe on Kicks, subscribe on Twitch. If you want the episodes early, you got to subscribe to the Patreon. You got to pay to play.
Uh, gotta do it.
And
Got good content over here.
let's jump into it with our guest. I'm going to ask you who, what, when, where, why. So, who are you? What do you do? When did you start? Where are you from? And why do you do what you do?
Oh man, this is a tale of like 10 books right here. Uh so my name's Matt. I also go by Moose Man. I started off in Cambridge as just a kid that liked to go be around his family, his Portuguese family, and fish on the weekends with his uncles and stuff like that. And it blossomed into something that I didn't know was going to be as big as it was today. I mean, it's not huge or anything, but at the end of the day, it's something that my friends support, my family support, and it's a passion that not a lot of people want to pursue.
Word.
In the communities that do pursue it, I mean, it's a tight community. Everyone's pretty cool in it. Um, but yeah, so I essentially got into doing a little bit more social media thanks to Supah over here. She helped me along,
I've never heard you
say
call me that a day in my life, but I do
I
appreciate
know. I mean, she's like, yo, my queen Bifana right here. Like, no.
it.
So essentially, like, Jen kind of helped crack that shell. It started off with flip phones, as it always does, right? And everyone was always like, you're out there, you're taking photos, it's cool, like, it's nice to see what you're doing. And then Jen was like, why don't you post to this? Now, my ass was still on like that MySpace wave, trying to figure out what song I was gonna pick, and everyone was already on Facebook. So I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, well, clearly I'm late to the party. So she's like, yeah, check out Instagram. And I'm more like photo, video driven.
right.
Like I've tried the YouTube thing. I feel like it's a personality that you have to have. I'm not a big, hey
Right.
guys, what's going on, guys? I'm kind of like, yo, want to see me do some cool shit? Watch this, right? So the
Yeah,
reels and the pictures kind of did it for me.
right.
Um, but I was always a visuals person. I feel like no matter what, you open your eyes. I feel like back in the day, it all started with people looking at newspapers and looking through the articles, and now
Yeah,
it's like you're on your phone doing that. And
right.
to me, I always was driven to going to Instagram because I was just like, cool, like I'm seeing what people are doing. It's like you're experiencing like a some type of empathy through their photo, through whatever. So I started driving with it, and I really enjoyed creating a brand. I guess that's what you'd call it. I never thought it'd be anything like this, but this was all
Mm,
encouragement through my friends and family. So
fire.
um and then from the city of Cambridge, where I grew up with my whole family, like a big Portuguese family, in a all crowded up in a house, we all started moving out to the suburbs. And then when I moved out to the suburbs, we had a little bit more of an opportunity to actually expand and go fishing and do
Right,
outdoorsy things.
right, right.
um Through my childhood, my family's been camping up in Franconia Notch, New Hampshire, which is gorgeous. It's like the White Mountains. I don't know if you've ever been there.
Yeah,
I think
never even heard of it.
I think Jen, you've been there a couple times, right?
I've been there.
Probably. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gorgeous. And my family like camped out there in a camper, and we had like the Pemigewasset River right there, which was just like a little creek. But I just started, Walmart rod and started fishing and just having fun, and it was all just an experience of like creating memories and not on technology, not on your phone. You're just at the time it was just
right,
you're enjoying it. You're exploring. You're being a kid. You're discovering a passion, whether it be music, whether it be promoting, whether it be, all the faces that I've met through Jen. I mean, like, it's a passion, and I love being around people who like are so in love with what they do that I was like, I'm gonna do more with this. And then I had friends, when I lived in Methuen, like the Sanchez boys, like when I went out with them a lot, we were like getting more and more into fishing, and it was great. And then I bought a kayak, and then Jen got a kayak, and then Oh man, it was
Good
only
kayak?
up from there. Now I'm towing a 17-foot tracker. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but
you
yeah,
know,
I had a kayak.
yep,
Where? You know how
yeah,
to kayak into Supah?
What?
You know how to kayak?
Yeah,
bro.
I mean,
Jen caught fish off the kayak. Jen was
yeah,
multitasking.
What?
We had a good ass day out there. Remember that we were catching tan scales,
yeah,
ripping lips out of the water. It was so fun,
That's
passing one
tough.
back and forth and listening to good music.
facts.
No.
Back then it was like, yo, Matt, look at this beat I made. Check this out. And then I'd rap for 14 minutes straight about nonsense like I was Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, facts.
Like, what am I doing?
Epic freestyler.
Yo, no, never. I'm retired. But yeah, no, the fishing thing took off, and then like I went from, I was very career driven as well. I mean, I had to do a 9 to 5 to fuel the passion, right?
Right.
So I mean, I got into like doing HVAC, and I met a lot of cool people through that, and then my job was like nice enough to like offer me something that moved me up to Vermont. So I was up in Vermont for, it's like 4 years now, and you're 10 minutes from a world-renowned fishery. Like this lake is 125 miles long. I could see New York from the other side. It's so lit. It's amazing. It goes all the way to like 420 feet deep. I met some of the coolest friends, like Eric, Josh, all those guys out here, like that whole group of people, like amazing people and very welcoming. And then like they like encouraged me to like, get into the fishing and the hunting. And then I started getting into hunting because Massachusetts, like you see a shotgun shell, forget about it. They'll lock the whole state down. But
Yeah.
nowadays it's like up here in the woods, it's like, they're very conservative people. They're very to themselves, which is cool. Like I've always been that type of person where like if you got your own land or you want to build your own house, like yo, do what you want. You worked
Oh,
hard for that. That's
yeah.
your efforts right there. You do what you got. You know what I mean? I love the people
Yeah.
that live life like that. And it's very simplistic. And that's something that I'm blessed about is just learning the simplistic things in life that showed me new lessons and just the bare minimum is more than enough. I feel like I heard the saying not long ago, like Portuguese people, like you learn to do a lot with a little and you're grateful for it.
Word.
And I take my family for example when they came here with literally like like dust in their pockets and like now they
Yeah.
have a house and they got the kids and they got grandkids and I'm an uncle of soon to be six,
Wow.
Jen.
Yeah,
So like now I'm showing them these passions and they're wearing their Bass Pro Shop hats and they're playing with duck calls and they want to go fishing with Uncle Matt. So it's more than just the brand,
Right.
and that's what I like about it. I mean, it's not just a persona, a name. I mean, the whole name drew from a friend. I think it was one of my boys back home, and I have a Great Dane that's going to be 10 years old. His name's Moose. And then they were just like, "Yo, Moose man!" Like, and then I think it was on a construction site, and it just stuck like glue. Like I just, it's like Legend of the Zaza. That's something that's going to be cherished for years. I'll be 75 calling her. I'm like, "Yo, Zaza!" But all right, I definitely strayed from the question. I mean, I know the who, the what, the where, the
I
Bay
think you,
State,
I
New
think you
England.
covered everything.
Yeah,
Honestly,
you have no funny shit.
Dude, I'm a
Most
I'm a
of
I'm a
it.
yapper, dude.
yeah,
You
this is
give
our
me the mic,
perfect
forget it.
guest.
You give
Right.
me the mic so I can take it away. And I'm just kidding. Oh
All
man,
right, let's get into these questions.
Yeah.
do it.
Um, who or what got you into the outdoors life? I know you gave us like a little bit of, the backstory, but anyone in particular get you into fishing?
My uncle, my late uncle Lou. Um, he recently just passed away in late February. And that man took the time to, he loved hanging out with the family, but he knew that the kids were the next big thing. That's kind of why like I live my life as like the uncle that I want to be, kind of inspired by them.
Yeah.
I have a few uncles just from my mom's side that, oh, it's all from my mom's side, but they all just, were an inspiration in one way or another. And they were like, come out and do this. And then I was like, there was no phones. It was blue skies. They were laughing. It was a good time. I was like, wow, this is a whole vibe.
Right.
And it wasn't even like just the sport. It was
Mhm.
just being there and around those people. So I would say my uncles really taught me. I mean, he was the first person that taught me saltwater fishing because I was
Mhm.
only like 8 years old, and I'm here with a 10-foot fishing rod trying to cast off the rocks in Cape Cod Canal and trying to catch fish as big as I am. I mean, it's just it was a dream that, he's like, we're not gonna just talk about it, we're gonna go do it. So I feel like a lot of people in this life really like talk, but not a lot of people just go like spontaneously go do it. So I'm
Yeah.
blessed that my family was like that to like show me this was my heritage. Like my grandfather's twin in the Azores he was a fisherman,
Mm.
and this was something that was in my lineage for longer than I knew.
Right.
And when I learned that as I got older, I took more pride in it. So I'm gonna say family, Jen, on that question right there.
Sure. So, how long you been fishing for?
I don't have like an exact date. Um, but I do remember I had a Snoopy rod, like back in the day, like a little push button Snoopy rod
What?
from Walmart. Thing was probably about like this big, and that was where it started. And we did the whole $5 bamboo cane pole that you buy at
Right.
Walmart, like just basic stuff, and it was all off like worms and just real basic. And no matter how much you fish, no matter how much you put into fishing, I don't care what anyone says.
Mhm.
It ain't about the technology. You're never too good for a worm and a bobber. Like just throwing it out there and just chilling. And that's a vibe in its own.
Fire. So, fair to say, like all your life, most of your life, you'd
Most
say?
of my life, yeah, I want to say
Most
because
of your life?
we were like my family's been camping since before I was born at the same campground up in Franconia Notch, and the river was right there. So like,
Right.
I think as soon as my parents let me like stray away from the
Yeah.
you can go more than 150 feet now. you
Mhm.
know, Once I got to the river, it was like cool. Like there's little guppies and there's little salamanders and all that, and that
Right.
was
Right.
just my
Right.
element. So if you really want to count that stuff, I mean, as soon as I
Yeah.
was able to get to the river, as soon as I got to water, I was able to do it.
That's fire.
All right. I know you talked about this a little bit, but what inspired you to do your outdoor content?
My friends, I'm never too good to get. Credit. I got to give credit where credit's due. A lot of us, like I myself, deal with a lot of like overthinking and anxiety and like I self doubt. You know what I mean? Like you think that something's bigger than you, and kind of like you shake a little bit.
Mhm.
But Jen, my family, close friends from the construction crew, like they all like you know Anthony and Angelo and them, they were all like, "Yo, just start posting this. It'll be dope." Like, you know what I mean? And then little by little, it kind of just became something more. And then they were like, "Yo, if you have like a shirt or a logo, like we'll rep it." And then next thing you know, I'm like, little by little, I was just doing little things. But it was moose man fishing at first because when I was in Mass, I never got into the hunting thing as much. I mean, I got into turkey hunting a little bit with my cousin Justin, but
Yeah.
um, yeah, no, I mean, once it blossomed, I mean, my friends were all support. They were all like, "Yo, you got this. Don't you worry." Like, anytime I felt like I wasn't doing something, I had
Mhm.
Jen texting me like, "Yo, it's been quiet. What's up?" Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's either I'm doing something through life or, I'm waiting. I mean, it's in between a season. Like if it's in duck season that is over and no ice is on the water, I'm
Yeah.
waiting for ice fishing. You know what I mean? But I'm trying to do something. I got into like bird watching more since I got into duck hunting, and I just
Now,
appreciate life more
bird
with
watching's
it.
fire. Bird
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
Okay.
What
Now,
else,
check.
Jen?
I'll let you
Um.
ask the next question.
All right. Cool. What's the proper attire for fishing? Like, what do you
Proper
gotta?
attire,
Yeah. What you gotta
dude.
wear?
I mean, shit, Skom. I'll go in briefs if I have to. I mean, shit. If it's nice out, I mean, damn. I mean, there ain't no real proper attire. I mean, look at Homeboy from Castaway. I mean, he was over there full stick and Wilson watching him from the shore. I mean, dude, you really like. It depends.
Yeah.
I have I will admit I have gotten like really sick out. I went haddock fishing one time and I was so underdressed, and like it's like an hour and a half, 2 hour ride out into the ocean. You don't see shore. It's just
Right.
blue,
Damn.
and we were like 400 feet deep. You know what I mean? So you don't see anything. But we were fishing for haddock, and I should have been layered up. I mean, Jen's been on the boat during like the summertime when we went striper fishing on Corey's boat.
Yeah.
Outgoing Charters out of Hampton. Shout out to those boys for helping me out during the early years. But that was like summertime. Haddock fishing, you're going now, and it's like I should have wore like a hoodie and stuff like that. I mean, fishing, if it's nice out, t-shirt, shorts, wear a pair of slides. I wear Crocs. That's my thing. I love those. Still waiting on my sponsorship so I can get my whole family a pair, but it's okay. Um, but I mean, hey, not for nothing. Where is it? Hold on, where is it? Yo, Jen, I didn't even tell you.
You
Yo,
cannot fly. Okay.
after 6 years, I finally got like a new pair of Crocs. But look, yo, we made it. All right, the
That's so
family's
funny.
jealous. But, um, but yeah, no, I mean, like early in the year, like if you're ice fishing, Jen, I've showed Jen like I've had ice off my beard, and my mustache.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I won't do.
yeah,
That's
like
where
I've
you lose me.
like -18, like wind gusts, like
Negative
yeah,
18.
yeah. Like your tears are like we would go out in a snowmobile on there, and like your tears would freeze up, but like by the time it hit your hairline, like.
Jesus.
But it's like tailgating. It's like tailgating, just really cold. That's how I look at ice fishing. But then you get into spring fishing where it's like you're wearing rain gear more.
Mm.
April, May, you're wearing a lot of rain gear.
Okay.
Summertime comes around, you're wearing shorts and a t-shirt, slides.
Okay.
If it rains, I honestly don't care because I think it feels good when it's 80 degrees out and it's raining. Like, shit, we take showers anyway, right? And then, yeah, and then once it's fall time, I
Mhm.
I always have this thing now, like when I was in Vermont, like I was just like, my thing is like, once it's goose season, like waterfowl season, and
Mhm.
my duck blind is on the boat, I don't fish. My boy Ryan gave me a really nice duck blind for my boat, so now I can collapse it and go fishing while I have it on there. But like before, it
Okay.
was like it's like a bush. I like turned my boat into a giant floating bush essentially, and I had some ducks.
Yeah, he like
And
camouflages the boat.
yeah, it's lit.
What?
Oh yeah, they don't see it coming. It's great. Good old time. And once that's on there, it's like you're starting to layer up. There's hot days in the beginning of the goose season, but once it starts getting into heavy fall and it's raining and it's getting cold, and
Yeah.
the ducks are moving, the birds are moving south, like you got to dress up. It gets gnarly out there, and I've gotten soaked before. Like I've fallen out of a kayak into the water, and then it gets really cold. I like this past year, yo, on my life, I went out and hunted one day. The next morning
Mhm.
I went out with like less than 12 hours.
Mhm.
That whole open water area had ice for like 150 yards. Dead ass. I was out there with my boy Ian, like crushing the ice for like an hour before trying to get my fake ducks to hang out. Like it was, yo, it gets
Nah.
gnarly. My biggest thing is you can have fun,
Yeah.
just be prepared.
Right.
Just be prepared. I like me,
Yeah.
like I got like the first aid kit and an extra pair of clothes, like three
Fire.
extra pairs of socks, an extra pair of like briefs or undies or whatever the hell you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just be prepped because if you get wet, you can get really sick. It could be like hypothermia type,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, for sure.
pneumonia, bronchitis. I mean, I don't want.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So at least with my friends, if they're ever on my boat, like I call it the oh shit box. Like if something happens, like you just oh shit, grab that box.
Right. Right.
So it's got everything, like hand warmers and like yeah, it can get pretty gnarly. But sometimes, like my friend always said, you put in the work and it's rewarding if you do
Yeah.
it that way.
Yo,
So
Super, I got one question before you get into
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
All right. So, can you give me a brief breakdown of how to ice fish? Is it just like how they do it in the movies and TV and stuff, or is it like not like that?
mm, I mean, you go out, you drill a hole, you hope that it's not thin, and that's how you find out if it's safe. Uh, and
So
then
you
once
literally drill a hole?
well, we have something called a spud bar, and it's like a
Okay.
piece of rebar that's like 5 feet tall,
Right.
and you walk out, no gear, just have like it's so you have like you're dressed warm obviously, but you
Right.
have like these safety spikes, and
Uh-huh.
just in case you fall through it, it's like spikes that you just spike on the ice so you can drag yourself out.
Okay.
But you walk out with your spud bar, you walk out, you hit the ice as hard as you could with it. If it doesn't go through, walk another 5 feet. Just keep doing that repetitively until you get out to a spot that you think you want to fish,
Right.
and then you drill a hole, and then you throw your measuring tape on there. If you have more than 3-4 inches of ice, you're golden. I mean, I've had friends go out on some sketchy ice, but I don't recommend it. I mean,
That's crazy.
it's not worth the fish. I mean,
Yeah.
shit, go to Market Basket, get yourself something, $8.99 a pound or something. Who knows? But but yeah, no, that's essentially how you do it. I mean, and then once you get out there, you set a bunch of traps out, and
Mhm.
it's like a piece of wood that has a flag on it,
Right.
and there's a reel that hangs under the ice, and then once a fish grabs the bait, it'll pull that reel and trigger this flag to come up. So then you just, you have a bunch of flags lined up in the ice,
Oh
scattered
shit.
around. You see that flag pop
Yeah.
up. You and your friends just run over, and then you start seeing your reel doing this under the water, and it's a fish, and you
Oh
hand
shit.
fight it through the ice, pop it through the hole. Good
Damn.
time. It's fun. I
Are
know
you
it
thinking about
sounds
it with
very exciting.
like they're sitting in like a cabin type of thing, like waiting
Oh, the
for it?
shanty?
And
Yeah,
then you
there's a
Yeah.
just
lot of
poke a
shanty.
hole and
Yeah.
just grab the
Oh yeah,
fish.
no,
Like,
yeah, we have like campers that we modified. We put a grill in there with the heater, like the radio, and then they got people who just have like a pop-up shanty that's insulated with you put a little heater in there, and it gets pretty warm. It gets warm enough to take the jacket off. I mean, you're just chilling. It's a good time. I just listen to the music and just,
vibe.
like I said,
Yeah.
I try to make it like a vibe. If I'm going to
Yeah.
be out there, I might as well enjoy it, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Do you fish for sport, leisure, or therapy?
All three.
Fire.
All three. I mean, at the end of the day, as long as you know how to fish for survival, all three kind of, if
Yeah.
you're ever in a no shit situation, as long as you know how to fish, you could feed the family. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, there's like a bucket list fish that I want to catch. That's a trophy. So that goes for like trophy sport, leisure. I mean, I like to say I'm retired after 5 p.m. when I clock out of work. So
Yeah.
I'll just fish on the boat for leisure,
Yeah.
and it's therapeutic. And I like to say these last 4 years up in Vermont, like solo, away from family and your support system, I like to say I found myself, and I found a lot of faith, and I found a lot of answers that I feel like I needed in life. So that there's a lot of therapy behind it too. You know what I
Fire.
mean? There's something about like being out there, no music, nothing, just the sound of the waves or like the birds flying and like just
Mhm.
you're thinking. And you're not just thinking like daydreaming, you're thinking like deep thoughts,
Mhm.
hoping for an answer, and sometimes those answers come to you and they don't just come to you for no reason, you know what I'm saying? So it's therapy. Like I
Facts.
said, I found a lot of faith in spending time in the outdoors, and I feel like when you pour into something that you love,
Mhm.
there will be rewards back. You put in the work for hunting, you put in the work for fishing. It's not just the animal, it's the memory, it's the clarity, it's the closure. You get so much out of just being out there.
Mhm.
Like some people get it in shopping. Some people
Right.
get it in going to a basketball game. Some people get it in taking their kid for a walk. Simple as that. You know what
For
I mean?
sure. For sure.
As long as you're creating a memory at the end of the day, because I don't care who you are and how rich you are, once you croak like the rest of us, all you really got is those memories, and that's the real rich. That's the real rich in life to me.
No, for
So
real.
do those, just pour into those things that you love, that you're passionate about. Whether it's a person, whether it's a sport, whether it's music, whether it's a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, it's these things that we love are there for a reason, and if we pursue it, it's only rewarding in itself.
Facts.
Yeah.
So, what was the first fish you ever caught? Like that you were like, yo, like nah, like I'm him.
The I'm him fish.
Yeah.
I
What was
would
the
say
I'm him fish?
I mean the one that I said that like Moose Man was born. As funny as that sounds, like I was fishing one time with my buddy Tony, and I think it was like an after work thing. We went to Plum Island, Massachusetts, which is like Newburyport,
Okay.
and I went out there with my new rod that this place Crossroads. bait and tackle. They just fixed this rod that I bought. It was my first like 12-foot fishing rod, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out there and I chucked a huge piece of clam, like as far as I can get it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was gonna go shift spots because during that time of year it gets really busy. And I was bringing it in, and next thing you know, I just felt like an instant tug, and that
Yeah.
thing just started going. And I was like, "Oh shit! Like this isn't like you can put the rod down in the sand. It's like this thing would take it out of the, you know what I mean, out of where you have it."
Right.
So
Right.
I'm like loosening up my drag, so letting the line come out a little bit easier for the things, you know.
Yeah.
And it took about 45 minutes to come in of like constantly fishing. I got tangled up with a couple people out there, so my boys had to like cut lines off my line. But yeah, I ended up landing it was like about a 50-inch short nosed Atlantic sturgeon. They are a protected species. I
Yeah.
honestly thought it was, I knew it wasn't a striper, but I knew it wasn't anything else. Like
Yeah.
I thought it was like like a dusky shark or a blue or something, you know what I mean? But like something that felt like that was weird. But like this thing is like a dinosaur, mind you. Like I don't know if you've ever seen one before. If you go on like look one up on your phone.
I'm fake
But
looking
like
it up right now.
yeah,
Like,
short nose
so what is
Atlantic
it?
sturgeon. Yo, those things are legit, like insane. Like they're a dinosaur. They're a living dinosaur. And I mean, dude, this thing
Super,
was like
you seen one before, Super?
I was in the water with this
I've
thing.
seen his picture of it.
Yeah, but where's? Wait, hold on. He has a picture of it. Let me see it.
Yeah,
It's a sturgeon.
yeah,
That's
sturgeon.
Sergin.
No, Sturgeon. Sturgeon.
Oh, it's
Yeah, that's how long it was. Let me see if I can get it up on the.
what? You caught that?
Yeah, there it is.
Get the fuck out of here!
Oh yeah,
What the fuck is that? Yo,
like look at the
nigga
size
caught
of
a
its.
Pokemon.
Yo, legit, yo, look at the size of its tail. It's gonna
Yeah.
focus once it focuses. And look at the
What?
size of its tail compared to my.
Get the fuck out of here!
Yeah, like there it is. Like see how big that tail was compared to my arm. That shit was my whole forearm, like above to like. Oh yeah.
Nah, what? Oh, nah.
It
See, you be fishing, fishing.
during mating season they go into the river to spawn. So they go in there to make babies. So you'll
Oh,
see these things jumping out of the water, like clear out of the water. These things are like 6 feet long, bro. Like these things get like
dude, what?
insane. Like yeah, that
What?
was like the dopest photo I got out of it was like that one.
What?
But I don't even know the friggin' these
Man,
technologies, these cameras and shit. Let me see.
I would have reeled that in. I would have threw it right back. Like, nope. Mm-mm.
That would work. I guess that's better,
You got
kind of
it.
not whatever. But yeah, I don't know. But that thing, like, yeah, no, that
Yeah,
was like,
it looks like a baby shark-ish dinosaur thing. Like, what?
they
It
got no
what?
teeth. I mean, they're
They
bottom
don't?
feeders. No, they got their
Really?
bottom feeders, yeah. But
Oh,
like, I don't know. I caught that and I like sat down on the in the sand after, and my boy was like, "You throwing another one out there?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm packing it up." Like, we just got there, and that was like, you know what I mean? And I was like, I ain't catching anything better than that. I just dipped. I was like, nope. I called my best friend Danny up. Danny was fishing with his cousin Sean. I was like, Danny,
yeah.
I'm shook right now. I am shooketh. Like I just caught a dinosaur from like land before. I just caught Littlefoot out of the water. Like,
Littlefoot.
bro, I'm like I was like, I'm dead. Like I don't even know what to do right now. Like I don't even know what to
Yeah.
do with my hands. I was like, you know, so
Yeah. It's hilarious.
I called him up and I was like, bro, I'll send him the video and
Mm-hmm.
I'm if you check out my Instagram, I made a little like archive video of like that moment. I had like a really poorly recorded video that I had to try to revive, but I got so much content left up on my phone. I just got to do something with it at this point. So I'm gonna make little archive videos.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you're catching dinosaurs and shit. Like, the
Well, like
fuck?
I mean, it wasn't intentional. That's the thing about fishing, though. Like
Fire.
you know,
See?
at this point in my life, I'm like I like to have the confidence that I can catch like a mermaid out of a puddle, like a
Right.
puddle or something. But like you know,
Right.
I never expect to catch anything, and if I do, I'm grateful. That's the
Right.
point of fishing. You know what I
Right.
mean? It ain't about like, going out there and being like, I'm gonna slam the biggest thing and have 100 fish in my boat. It's just like you're going out there to enjoy it. So, but
Right.
that is the fish to me. To me, that was the fish that was like, holy crap! I caught a bunch of other fish, you know, bigger, shorter, whatever. But that was the one that I felt like I was like, holy crap! Like the sky just like glistened on me and blessed
Yeah.
me with
Right.
that.
Right. Right. Wow. The I'm him fish. There you
Boy
go.
caught a Gyarados.
Yo, Yo, for real.
Yo,
So, where was the best place you ever fished?
the best place, New York. It's heaven for me. Like I'm trying to go like 3 weeks this year. Like you already know, Jen. I go. It's like right after your birthday. I go like 7 days, and it's like arm wrestling. I wish I had my mount behind me. I had like 40-inch salmon um on a fly fishing rod, and I wake up at like 4:30, 4:45 in the morning to get to the river to get it to claim a spot. You can't start fishing until 30 minutes before sunlight. And someone will yell it. There'll be like 30 people to the right, 30 people to the left. I don't care how crowded it is. I'll still be able to try to do something. And I go to the most confident spot that I go to every year with my buddy Danny, and we can confidently catch like 20, 30 fish in a week like there. And I've caught more than that by myself in a week. Danny's as well. Danny's caught 40, 50. I've caught 40, 50. Like my 2 years ago, I think was like these fish, like mind you, Skom, like these fish like jump out of the water as well because they're in the river to spawn too. And these things are tanks, bro. Like I've seen someone get leveled by one of these fish, like leveled. Yeah, like a high school linebacker taking you out, like without being like, yeah,
Oh.
just out of the water, just like. But it's just so crazy because in the morning time, like when it's dark out, you go out there with your headlamp, you're getting. I wear those waders, like those overalls, like part of the
Yeah,
outfit. So
yeah.
when I fly fish, I'm wearing those overalls. So I'm in the water waist deep. Sometimes you'll put your headlamp and like shine through the water. You'll see this like 40-inch salmon just like an inch in front of your foot.
See? No, I'm like,
Yeah,
all right, you got it.
yeah. So like to me, best place. I mean, the salmon only run during that one time a year
Right.
for that type of salmon, king salmon. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's my favorite spot to go fishing, hands down. I'll do it all day until I take like 3 days in. I'll be on Tylenol religiously after that because I'll be like it's you're casting every other second, and then you're fighting something, and then each fight's like 10 minutes, could be longer than that,
Right.
But yeah, no, that's the best place, hands down.
All right, so do you think fishing's cruel?
Do I think fishing's cruel?
Yeah.
Jenna,
Because
you
there's
lining me
people
up?
out
Are you
there.
lining me up to get canceled right now, Jennifer?
No, no,
No,
no.
I'm just. No, I mean, do I think fishing's cruel? I mean,
Yeah.
I have caught fish that like swallowed the hook, and it sucks because sometimes you can't get it out. If you can legally keep that fish, do it. Even if you don't eat fish, just keep it and either try it or turn it into fertilizer. Do something with it.
Yeah.
Because you throw it back in the water, yeah, it could either rot or
Mhm.
something else can eat it. If it's an illegal fish to keep, and unfortunately that happens, you just throw it back in the water, and then nature will take its course. I mean, that's the right thing to do. I
Right.
mean, do I think it's cruel? I mean, every sport has an accident, right? That guy from hockey got his throat slit.
Jesus.
Yeah. Randy Johnson, that pitcher leveled
Yeah.
that pigeon.
Oh,
That thing was only feathers after he pitched that ball and it hit it. Remember that?
yo, it's Randy Johnson. Come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, sometimes it's
Yo.
casualties. It is what it is. I mean, shit. But it's part of the sport. I
No,
mean,
for sure.
obviously accidents happen. But obviously the moral thing is always going to be there. So like I said, if you properly dispose of something that accidentally goes like a bycatch,
Mm-hmm.
you're doing the right thing legally, but it's an unfortunate part of life. Thank God, fish lay thousands and thousands and thousands of eggs,
Right.
so there's plenty of them.
Plenty
But
of them. We'll be all right.
plenty of them. Too many mouths to feed these days.
Right.
Bait's getting expensive.
Yo, for real.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, that's my take on it. I think it's cruel? No. I mean, same with hunting. I mean,
Mhm.
there's forms of hunting that I'm a fan of. There's forms of hunting that I don't support. But if it's under their roof and I don't sleep there, I really don't give a shit. I mean, that's just the way I take it. You know what I mean? Teach their own.
For sure.
If it ain't a style that I do, I don't do it. And That's kind of why I stick with waterfowl. It's very like you got your daily limit, you got your rules, you learn what you got to shoot, you do your thing and go. It's like a game of chess when it comes to waterfowl hunting. But no, I don't think it's cruel. I think it's just a form of survival for us to learn. I feel like once man loses that touch, we're dependent.
Yeah.
And, next thing you know, we're like heating up McDonald's in a microwave every day. So like, I don't want that. I'd rather be able to go like get my own shit.
Facts. Facts.
Is
But
there an age that you recommend people to start fishing, or is it something that you can pick up at any time?
you can pick it up at any time. But I
Or
definitely encourage parents to have their kids go outside and do these things.
yeah.
I mean, like I said, it's a touch of reality
Mhm.
being in the outdoors. It's unexpected. It's man versus nature.
Mhm.
It's something that man was born to do. Like man, woman, like human. It's what human
Yeah.
is born to do.
Yeah.
And like I said, if you're ever in a camping situation and you're like, oh shit, like I need Google or Alexa to figure this out, like
Alexa,
you probably shouldn't be camping. Yo, clap on the fire real quick. Like come on. Like what do you mean Domino's doesn't come out here?
what do you mean? Yeah.
Like no, I mean, yeah, that's a
Yeah.
that's a pretty straightforward one. What else, Jennifer?
I'm gonna let Scott ask this next one.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
Skom. Do your thing.
All right. What was the longest time you waited for a fish?
The longest time that I waited for fish before giving up?
Yeah. And or catching one.
My first year salmon fishing with Danny. Because I was knowledgeable in fishing. I had the skill to go and do it, but it was my first year and it was my first year of fly fishing. And I feel as though I hooked up with fish,
Mhm.
never landed one my first year. My boy Jake gave me a salmon that year because he was like, I want you to try it to see if you actually like it before you keep it or you just do it for sport. And I actually like it. Salmon tastes good. That's my opinion, but you can make anything taste good if you marinate it enough. Enough sweet baby rays on that thing. That thing will taste good. But yeah, I want to say my first year salmon fishing. Like I went up there for like the week, like I normally do, like a week,
Mhm.
and I hooked up fish, but never landed one. I got one literally, like bro, I got one like 5 feet from me, and someone could have netted it, and it came off. That was my luck my first year, but trial and error.
Right.
My next year, I got like 12. The year after that, once I got the hang of it
Yeah.
and knew where to go,
Yeah. Over.
forget about it.
Yeah.
It got to a point where someone called the game warden on me because I was catching so many fish that I was snagging it. And then my boy was over there laughing, recording me, and he was like, yo, he's doing everything legit. He's just dialed in. I'm like, yo, I've been coming to this spot for 4 years. Watch this. That game warden didn't even leave the parking lot, and I hooked up on another fish. I should have handed that off to whoever called me's kid. I'm like, yo, you never got one before? Here you go. Take the rod.
Right.
Call that a pity fish.
Facts.
I'm like, this one's for you.
Right.
Wasting their damn time.
Right.
But now they have drones, believe it or not. I had a drone watching me. It was a game warden. So what they do is they sit in the parking lot and they have the drone come out and they fly, over the river to see what people are doing.
Yeah.
And I had a drone watching me while I was reeling one in and then properly releasing it. Because the area I was in, it was catch and release only, which I prefer. Because, I mean, at that point in the river, those fish are tired. Let them do their thing and croak. But, yeah, like, I don't know. I had this one drone flying over me. You just heard, like, zzz, right there. And once I let it go, it just took off, went down the river. I was the weirdest thing. I was like, holy crap, man. They're really trying these days.
Yeah.
Getting everybody.
I like that though.
Me too. I believe in it. You do it right.
All right.
You know?
What is your bucket list fish?
Easy. Black marlin. Look it up. I dare you. Black marlin. I already know. That's hands down like the fish I want to like take. And you know what the best part is? It's in the Azores. so I can go visit family, stay at my titia's house, go catch one of these guys, and go back. But I will tell you right now, these fish are like 4 hours of fighting. Yeah, yeah, oh yeah. No, bro, I'm talking over 1,000 pounds. Over 1,000 pounds. Like, let me see this thing. Let me see this thing. Oh,
They got it.
he's like, bro, he's like, I'm done. I tapped
What?
out.
That's a big ass fish.
Yeah, dude, it's no joke.
Dude. Wait, you said it's 1,000 pounds?
Some of them get to be a
There's a
thousand pounds,
truck in fish form?
pretty much.
So
It's
how
like
do
one.
you even?
I think it might be the fastest fish in the ocean. I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on it. But like the black marlin, a fish that big of just pure muscle,
How does one like reel that in? It
like
needs a team, a
you
crew,
gotta
right?
put like yeah. Sometimes people do it as a team. I mean, there's stories of people doing it on their own.
Oh,
Um, I know one
what?
person's like putting the boat in reverse while they're reeling it in because the fish is like taking off backwards, so they got to go
That's hard.
backwards to keep up with it.
That's hard.
Oh yeah, it's
That's
gnarly,
hard.
dude.
That's hard.
But like I don't care who you are, but like you catch one of those, it's one of those things you're just like, dude, I caught
Yeah.
a black marlin. Like how you not? That's like a unicorn. You know what I mean? To an outdoorsman.
Where are they located? I don't know if you said
They
it.
migrate. I believe they migrate from like Australia, like all the way up the Atlantic to the Azores by Portugal, where our
Um,
family's from, and then back down. And then
uh,
there's like a worldwide. I think there's a worldwide tournament that does it.
mhm.
I'm trying to find this photo. I feel like I'm being rude doing this, but I
Just
gotta
Nah,
find
a
the
smidge.
just the.
Yeah,
Sorry.
honestly, I should be bringing them up so people can see it.
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, like I'll be honest, like some of the competition black marlin fish that I've seen,
Mhm.
dude, like you said, it's almost make believe.
That's right.
It'll be for another time, but all the viewers can look up a black marlin and understand like this thing is a half a school bus. Like to catch that is just like insane. Can you imagine like catching that thing and putting it next to the boat and it's bigger than the boat?
Yeah, that's crazy.
I'm like, dude, like, yeah, no, that's my bucket list all day long. Will it ever happen? I only hope, but that's gonna take some serious planning.
Has anybody caught two or more than one?
I'm
Like in
not
life?
sure.
Nah.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure they've
Wonder.
caught like a small one and a small one trying to get a big
Yeah.
one, but like,
Um, but like an actual the
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
like, dude, I mean,
no,
I've
yeah.
seen like the Wicked Tuna Show, and I've heard people out in Hampton Beach, those areas that people actively tuna fish, they
Mhm.
catch like sometimes like a two in a day. Bring one back, go back out, come back. You know what I mean? Like they do it for commercial though, so it's a living for them. Um, I don't know. I feel like a black marlin is like a trophy fish. Like you got to go out targeting that. That's like
Yeah,
Jaws. You know what I mean? That's like you're going out looking for that shark, not just any
right,
shark,
right,
that shark.
right.
Like
That specific. Yeah, right.
yeah, you know what I mean? That's like Moby Dick. That's the white
Right.
whale.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? You're
Right.
targeting something that's got like, it's all in migration too, which is crazy. So you got to know what time of year, the water temp, like you got to know people who know what they're doing to go target these types of things.
Right. All right. So talk about your sponsors and how you made those connections.
Oh boy, sponsors. I mean, I don't even want to call them full-blown sponsors. I call them
Mm,
partners, if anything.
for sure.
I mean, I've met a couple cool people through expos, Gooseman game calls. I met this kid Ian that does river rat calls.
Mhm.
Um, oh man, Eminem Bates out of like Vermont, really awesome dudes. And a lot of it is just local dudes who just like, yo, like this is what I make, try this,
Mhm.
and then I'll just take a photo, share their work, be like, yo, their work is legit. It's like an invention that works. You know what I'm saying? Be proud of that. Like, yo, their
Yeah.
shit works. It catches fish. It's not just technique. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
People don't go looking for cars just because it's just like a car that works. They want the car. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Something
Exactly.
that sells it to you.
For
So
sure.
you got to get something realistic that sells it to the fish. And
For
a lot
sure.
of those dudes who do that is awesome. I mean, Fish Whistle was another cool company that I got to meet. It's a
Mhm.
it's it's a recreational marijuana company up here. They They do only like select pre-rolls, so kind of like cigars.
Right.
They'll yeah, like they'll go out and meet a farm, a local farm, pick what they
Hmm.
want.
Hmm.
Then they'll do like only pre-rolls, and then they'll make a select few pre-rolls. They do only sativa. That's meant for it's meant for fishermen. Obviously not operating any vehicles or anything like that. Just chilling on the shoreline,
Yeah.
vibing, having a grand old day. They pick specific strains that
Right.
like help you focus, help you be like just be happy and in the moment, just be really euphoric. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Chris that I met there, they're awesome dudes, and they really knew they knew what they wanted, and they got it done, and they got the right people.
Hmm.
I mean, they got my attention. I reached out to them, and I was like, yo, like, as soon as like this kid I know was like, yo, I met this guy, it's kind of up your alley.
Hmm.
And as soon as I like got an opportunity to do that, I was like, yo, it didn't take off, but conversation turned into meeting, turned into him throwing some swag and being like, "Yo, just rep my stuff in your content." That's all it is. So like, I don't know,
Right.
it ain't no paperwork. There never been,
Right.
That's all shaking hands and just repping your boy, repping your friends. I mean, I got some of Supah stickers on my Yetis and stuff still, some day one
Right.
stuff. You know what I mean? I ain't got no ambitious brand shirts, but we're somewhere. Just saying. Uh, uh,
We're working on some stuff eventually.
yeah.
Once we hit the ground running, we'll be dropping all types of little swag stuff that people could tap
You-
into.
You're gonna hate me because I still have your Moose Man shirt right here.
Yeah, I know. I need that.
I know. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. Don't even
You
worry about it.
will. I know. I got stickers for you too, and a lovely little handwritten note like you wrote for me
I
that I still
appreciate that.
have. Of course,
With
supporter
the
day one.
experience that you have now, do you think you would be able to survive in the wild for a year?
No, no, hell no. I mean,
At least you're real.
there's professionals that can't do like 100 days out in the wild. Have you ever seen the show Alone?
Yeah.
Like,
No.
I love that show. I mean, granted they're limited on supplies, but I mean, like you
Yeah.
talking about like bare bones, not have anything at
Yeah.
all.
No.
Jennifer,
Yeah, I guess.
I mean,
I
some
have
tools, maybe
four
like
ply.
lighter.
Jennifer, I have 4-ply toilet paper and moist towelettes that touch the skin. All right, like I'm not gonna get a tree star from Land Before Time to wipe my bottom.
Yeah.
I have standards. All right. Have I had to do it? Yes, unfortunately, but like
Whoa.
times get tough. Sometimes you're eating peanut butter and jelly all day, but hey,
Yeah.
sometimes it's tough. But
Right. Right.
um, can I survive in the wild? No, 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 I can't. I'm Moose Man, not the Wild Man. I ain't Sasquatch. Wish I was, but maybe not. Maybe he got more followers than me.
I mean, he
Shout out,
probably does.
shout out Bigfoot.
All right. In your opinion, do you think there's any fish that's off limits? Like you
do,
land
do
off
I
limits?
think that this fish are? I mean,
Yeah.
or you mean do I agree with the fish that are off limits?
Both.
Yeah, I think that we have. I think that the fish and game departments all around the country do an amazing
Mhm.
job of surveying what's out there.
Mhm.
I mean, there's reasons for us to have a certain bag limit, a certain size limit, a certain time of the year to catch certain things, and certain animals that you can and can't touch. Um, I absolutely agree with that. I mean, I'm not going to go encourage my friend to go out there and shoot a bald eagle and be like, "Yo, come over for wings," you know. But I'm also going to be like, you go duck hunting, you can only shoot certain species of ducks certain times a year.
Mhm.
There's a certain limit. Fish, there's a certain size limit certain time of year, and those are all in place for us to enjoy before things go crazy and people go catching 100 types of that fish times a
Mhm.
100 boats.
Yeah.
In 3-4 years, you ain't getting that fish anymore. It's gonna be a mass genocide of that type of species. That's why you're allowed to kill like 2 turkeys in the spring, or a deer or two with archery. You know what I'm saying? Like there's rules in place for all that. Times a year, I think that, I think you only get like a couple weeks, yeah, only a couple of months out of the year for duck hunting because of the migration patterns. You want to give them a chance to repopulate, nest, make babies. The babies get bigger. You know what I mean? So, nah,
For
I
real?
agree. I agree with the programs that are in place.
I did not know there was like rules and stuff like that. I
Oh,
thought there was
dude.
like
Oh,
certain animals just free
it's
for
right to
all.
jail. It's you're done. It's you
Oh
right to
shit!
jail. Like bad.
Damn.
Um. Oh yeah, dude. Watch Northwood's Law, man. They'll bag you just for not having a fishing license if they see you
Such a
holding a.
good show. Even if you're not an outdoorsy person,
Yeah.
highly
What's it called?
recommended.
Yeah, it's like cops, but a little bit spicier because they got
Word?
better. They
What's
got
it
they
called?
got
And some
they
of the
got more
people they catch
jurisdiction.
are very interesting people.
Yo, they could snatch your car or your boat and call it evidence, and just be like, "Yo, you ain't driving home. You go get yourself an Uber." Like, swear to God, they'll call it evidence if you did something that bad. Like, oh yeah, they'll take your firearm. You can't hunt for 3 years. No fishing for 3 years. It's like that. And if they catch you, bro, it's a lot of places. It's federal. It ain't little. It ain't little.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's like
federal and
outdoors.
big fines.
and big fines.
So it's like outdoors
Like,
cops
yeah,
in a way.
outdoors cops. Well, game wardens. There's eco police. I guess some states call them eco police, like environmental police. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See?
DEC, I think it is out in New York. Different, just Department of Conservation, stuff like that. People just keep an eye on that stuff, but they do it for a good reason. I mean, listen, we got cops that speak for us, right? They got cops that speak for the animals. It's like the Lorax
That's
that speaks for the
real.
trees, man. You know what I mean? Like, we all need somebody.
Damn, I never knew that. I just thought like, okay, certain animals, there's like free for all. Y'all could hunt them all you want, and then there's certain animals you can't touch.
Oh
And then,
no, bro. If I saw somebody whaling outside on the Boston Harbor, I'd have some questions. I'd be like, "Sir, what are you doing?" You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's real. That's real. Nah, that's real. Word.
All right. Is there a Hall of Fame of outdoorsmen? And if so, who's your GOAT?
there is an outdoor hall of fame, fishing. And I mean, there's legends of the outdoors, like, um, oh man, I'm gonna say like my childhood hero though is gonna be Bill Dance. He's in the Hall of Fame. He was a tournament fisherman at one point. Then he started making content, and it was like 20 minute. Now it's like YouTube 20-minute episodes. This guy's like 80 years old and he's still kicking and doing it. And
That's
I'm like,
fun.
yo, this dude's the man. I aspire to be like this man. He's got the personality and a cameraman. I mean, I don't got no boys who just want to sit there and watch me fish because I'd rather them enjoy it with me. But like,
80 years old.
yo, I mean, look up how I'm gonna let you do because I don't want to be rude. How old is Bill Dance? That is the man. And then oh I mean, there's Fred Bear. He's like a avid. He was a hunting legend. Made his own bow. Uh, I do like the Robinson family from like Duck Dynasty. Those guys.
What's his name?
Bill Dance, BILLDANCE.
84 years old.
Nasty. Guy's a legend.
84 years old.
Still flinging a rod and jumping in and out of a boat. I wish to be like that. Yo, if I was like ever an amputee, I swear to God, I'd make like a Lego hand or something that can hold a fishing rod. Catch me out there.
That's crazy.
Yo, ain't nothing stopping the passion, no matter what. There's a dude I follow. He's like, I mean, loss of limbs. I mean, respect the dude. He's out there fishing and still doing his thing, driving the boat and all that. I mean,
It's a passion.
yo, there's people I seen out in New York with those like crazy like there was like wheelchair with like tank wheels that like go down into the river. Yo, dead ass is the coolest
What?
thing. I'm like, yo, that tells me how much this sport means to those people.
Facts.
Like, you know what I mean? Then it goes, it's not just therapeutic, it's a lifestyle.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jen, Jen might not be like, yo, I don't fish as much as Matt, but she loves to fish.
Yeah, that's facts.
See?
Word.
I do
Yeah.
love to fish.
Yeah. It's a whole
I was
different
never
vibe.
much of like I was never much of like an outdoorsy person. Like if I'm outdoors, I'm like at the beach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like I
Me
grew up in the
too.
city, so like that's not the norm
Yeah.
for me. But like when I moved up north, like he moved up north before me,
Mm-hmm.
And then when my family moved to Lowell, I live like 10 minutes away from him on a back road.
Word.
So we
And
used to wake up. He
yeah,
was my only friend up there for the longest time. We
You
used to
hunted?
wake up. We used to go fishing. COVID,
Mm-hmm.
didn't see nobody but him.
Yeah.
And literally, we would only see each other and we would go fishing. And it
yeah.
would be dead because nobody would be out there because everybody was staying inside.
Word. You hunted before?
No,
No.
I couldn't imagine Jen hunting.
no,
Yeah.
that's too
Yeah,
much of a waiting game for me, and I'm also not a fan of
killing someone.
it's not even the killing part, it's more of like what you do with it after.
Oh,
Shit.
cleaning?
I'm
Yeah.
not cleaning shit. I'm not skinning nothing. I'm not cleaning out no blood. I'm not picking out no organs. I'm not plucking any feathers. It's just not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my boy
Shout out to
Eric.
people who do it.
Yeah, my boy Eric will like hang up a deer right on his lawn and start cleaning that thing out and be like, "Yo, you want to come over and help me make some fillets, or make some chops or whatever, make some steaks, freeze dry." My boy Josh will be over there helping vacuum seal it, crack a beer, whatever. It's a whole vibe up here when it comes to that stuff. But like to be able to be able to supply your family with food that way though
Mm-hmm.
is like the fruit. You know what I mean? Like your efforts brought that to the table
Right.
that you can do that. Not a lot of people can do that. Not a lot of people
Yeah.
have the balls. Not a lot of people have the knowledge. Not a lot of people have the want. Not a lot of people have like the courage to just be like, yo, at the end of the day, if some Last of Us Walking Dead shit just happened, you're gonna catch me eating squirrel filet mignon on the side while everyone else is looking for McDonald's.
World filet mignon.
Skom's like, I'm never hanging out with this kid ever.
Squirrel
It's like
filet.
every time I go visit my friends back home in Cambridge, and I'm like, everyone's like, yo, we're going out. I'm like, cool. Yo, do you got anything that's not camo? I'm like, can we go to Walmart real quick? I can grab something.
Right.
I'll grab a whole fit. I'll
Right.
say it's like the Balenciaga of Walmart in the Clarence
Right.
aisle.
Right. Thanks.
Ask Jen.
Yo. That's
Freaking
crazy.
Scom's a vegan, so he's not even.
Hey, I'm intrigued as hell.
No fish
Remember?
either? Oh, that's obvious because you're a vegan, right?
Yeah. So I'm
Damn.
like, intrigued as hell. This is crazy. This is fire though. Shout out to you.
No, I mean, dude, I like vegetables too. Don't get me wrong. I might not look it, but I do like vegetables. I mean, shit. I mean, I've had an asparagus one time in my life. I like Brussels sprouts and corn. I mean, there's a lot of
Nah,
corn that goes.
but he cooks stuff up like
Yo, I love to cook. I do love to
Yeah.
cook. Yo, I used to have a Blackstone in my old apartment. Jen, remember you used to come over Blackstone?
yeah.
I would be like a hibachi chef out there, like grilling it up, like burgers, dogs, like just making stuff up like that. But that's what's
Yeah.
cool. Like, what's nice now is like with the stuff that I hunt or I catch, like I'll eat, and whatever I don't, my dog will eat it because it's good for him. The
Yeah.
fish oil, the duck, like anything like that's good for your dog. So, and
Right.
Moose is 10, so like he's gonna be 10. So anything that helps him vitamins wise is he's getting
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Right.
Great Danes don't live that long typically, and 10 years old is like my Scooby Doo is gonna be 10 is like it's like you know proud father moment. It's the kid I never had. So
Yeah. Right. So what advice do you have for somebody who wants to be like more outdoorsy?
give it a shot.
Mm.
Don't be afraid. Worst is gonna happen is you're gonna say I don't like it. I mean anyone I've taught anyone that I've taught how to fish enjoyed it.
Mhm.
Anyone that I've brought shooting with me and my friend Jen, you've enjoyed it.
Yeah, I went shooting. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Jen,
wasn't like shooting animals. I was like it was like target
no,
practice.
yeah, we went to
Yeah.
the shooting range, but you shot like some of Danny's stuff, you shot some of my stuff, like you had a
Yeah,
blast. Yeah,
it was
it's
cool.
good. Yeah,
I definitely prefer like a handgun or like a pistol over something larger, but that's just
yeah,
me.
that's like me. I'm the opposite. I'd rather a rifle. I
Mm.
think you got more control. You can like, you know what I'm saying? Like you got a lot
Yeah,
more
that's
control
true.
over it because
Yeah.
you got your points of contact over just like. Because some people get scared
Yeah.
and they're just like, ooh, like
Yeah.
that's
Thanks.
where I'm like, all right, you're the problem. Put the gun down. Here. I could put a gun on the table and be like, do something, and won't do
Right.
shit. But in someone's hands like that, yeah, stick
Yeah.
to a water gun, sweetheart.
Right.
Get the
Right.
Super
Right. Right.
Soaker. Super Soaker at Walmart, $7.99, bottom shelf. Go ahead. Water's free.
Ooh.
All right,
But
outdoors people, anti-city life. You've experienced both, so
oh man, I'm like the Hannah Montana of this question. I love it. Yeah, dude, I love it. Cause I moved out of the city. Skom, I moved out of Cambridge 7th grade. Now think about that though. I made my core friends,
Right.
and at 7th grade, what you like 12, some shit like
12,
that.
13, depending.
13. Yeah.
I had to go move to suburban life where it went from one sweatpant leg up wearing an extra large jersey to
Which
Hollister
sucks.
and Abercrombie and Fitch, and I'm like, yo, it even smells different. Where's the ketchup chips? Like,
Ketchup chips.
bro, me and Jen used to get like, $1 would feed us for like 2 days with a honey bun and a Big Burst and a ketchup chips, and
Right.
they're over here like, I don't even know. I'm like, yo, it was a culture shock.
Also,
It was different. It was.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't gonna walk in wearing an Allen Iverson jersey my first day of school, even though I probably should have. But hey,
Yeah.
it knows what it is. They don't understand.
Right. Facts. Damn.
But yeah, no. But Cambridge was a whole vibe, but what was cool, like I said, I was lucky because my parents had the camp up in Franconia Notch. So even when I lived in Cambridge, on the weekends we'd go camping, drive the 3.5 hours up there. I had the woods on the weekends. Only three seasons out of the year. So I guess, I mean, I get it? I mean, I gotta lie, I get anxiety driving in Boston now.
Listen.
It's
I
honest.
mean,
I mean, I do and I don't. I mean, my dad taught me how to drive a Lincoln Navigator in Cambridge and told me to drive home. That's how I learned. Now it's like I go down there and I'm like, yo, it's not even the roads, it's the people.
People for sure.
absolutely. That's how
It's
I
the
feel in
people.
California.
1,000%.
Yo, they just throw anybody a license out of a Cracker Jack box. They're like, yo, here you go, have at it.
Yeah.
And then on top of
Right.
that, Massachusetts is so expensive. I mean, like they don't even do nothing to the roads.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's crazy, bro. It's ridiculous.
if you hit a pothole, that shit will wake up your ancestors. Like that shit is no joke,
Oh.
The shake for
Facts.
weeks, facts.
dude.
Facts.
You get the tremors after hitting one of those things. Knock your undies loose hitting a pothole in Boston. Shit. But yeah, I mean, I like both. Don't get me wrong. I love enjoying both. But that's something that I'm growing to learn though, because I'm taking Moose Man to like one extra step. You know, I just got asked, like, Matt, like, are you gonna put a damper on it? Or are you gonna whatever? No, I'm traveling. My late uncle that taught me how to do all the fishing and stuff, I think divine timing helped me get more tools to travel and to have the support I need to want to pursue these things. Obviously, while still getting support. Even my job supports me. My job loves it. Like my boy Kevin Ronigan, like, yo, the guy who helped me get my job that I have today, like for almost 5 years I've been in this company. That man's got a Moose Man outdoor sticker sitting on his desk, and he's a higher up in the company, Northeast region.
Oh yeah.
Like, yo, that man is like, people like that are good people in this world. They will show you that even if you met somebody for 5 minutes and they're like, yo, I could tell this kid's passionate about this, they're gonna support that just because they can.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what exponential growth is gonna be like when it comes to someone that enjoys their passions like this. Like I know you guys are gonna take off with this podcast. Like I have no doubt.
We
I know
appreciate
Jen's
that.
hungry. Jen's always hungry for ambition. She's always plotting something. I love it.
For sure.
I
But-
appreciate that. Thank you.
No, of course. I mean, shit. We've been friends since I'm about to go dig up the baseball photo.
Oh my
No,
God,
I'm like,
please.
yo, me and friends. Me and Jen have been friends. Scott, have you known the story between me and Jen? Yo, we've been friends since Cambridge kindergarten, right?
Yeah,
I think it's right after.
yeah, sometime after that.
I think it was first grade. It was like OLA program related, and people running around, and I'm like, oh crap, like. And then Nikki, oh my God, yeah. So it's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been a while,
we've known each other a long time.
but you always been doing something.
I
Right.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Of
Yep.
course.
So what are the pros and cons of fishing, in your opinion?
The cons is definitely going to be how much you're invested into it once you get addicted to it.
Mm.
I mean, yo, I got a library of a tackle box, but the cool part about it is, like, if anyone wanted to go fishing with me, I'm always like, yo, don't bring anything. I got everything you need. You know what I mean? But that's one con is how much you're spending on it. The pro is that you got the tools to go do whatever you need to do to catch a fish, whether it be a bass, a striper, a sturgeon, fly fishing for salmon, whatever it is. Like, you have the means to do it because you have the gear to do it.
Mhm.
It takes time. I don't even want to call that a con. I mean, it's time you'll never get back. But
Yeah,
if
that's for
you
sure.
if you enjoy doing that, and what
Mhm.
I mean by that is making the best out of those moments.
Mhm.
I've been in some sketchy ass situations, bro, where it's like 3 foot waves, 4 foot waves out there, and I'm like, yo, we are gonna croak right now. I'm gonna end up being like the
Really?
Little Mermaid dead out here. But
See?
I was just like, you know what? At the end of the day, I look back at that story and I laugh so hard with my friends about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So cons, it could be scary at times. Pros, you're making some core memories with your friends or by yourself, or you're going out and teaching somebody something. There's a lot of good that comes from the fishing, so there's way more pros than cons. That's why I encourage the sport. I encourage people to go out there. You got celebrities like Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's out there fishing. I mean, Teddy Bruschi avidly fishes on his kayak out in Rhode Island, Cape Cod, like avidly. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying? Like, you got celebrities that do it. It's out there for people to enjoy. There is a free fishing day, like one weekend a year or something like that, one day a year. So like,
Mm.
it shows people like, yo, go do it. You have
Right.
no reason not to.
Right.
You know?
Right.
All right. Just for time's sake, I want to move on to the next topic of things, which is Skom's Get It Off Your Chest.
Mhm.
So let us know what you need to get off your chest this week.
Um, entourages. Just be careful with your entourage. It can be a downfall, or they can be the ones that bring you up. Because I watched throughout history, so is entourage always. So that's it. Watch
Okay.
who you keep around you. Make sure you keep positive energy around you if you're trying to do like good things, great things in life. You need that, and you got to be positive yourself first. Because if you want to attract positivity, you know what I mean? You can't be negative trying to attract positivity. It ain't gonna work. So, yeah, good vibes.
Absolutely.
Keep good vibes.
All right. I think that's the perfect segue to get into our general topics here. And Matt, feel free to join us on this, of course. I don't know if you know too much about everything we're going to talk about. We have some fishing stuff in here, so you should be good.
Yeah,
But
shoot.
we're
It
going to
should be
talk
good.
about Tory Lanez
Yeah, how you feel
and
about
the
it?
week he has had.
Isn't that the
Because,
dude that like messed up Meg the Stallion and he got like, yo, he got stabbed like 13 times or something like that.
14.
yeah.
14? Look at this man trying to outdo 50
Okay,
Cent.
so
Come on now.
you're a little privy to the details.
Yeah,
Right.
I heard some things.
Yeah. So,
I know I wasn't there. I know nothing though.
Yeah, word. Facts though, like, you know what I mean?
We're all
I guess
innocent.
the girl who was the third girl that was there, not the one that was injured, or the
Hmm.
third person, second girl that was there,
Hmm.
her security guard came out and said that she was the one who actually initiated the pew pew onto the stallion we call Meg.
Right,
And that Tory Lanez is an innocent man.
right.
So,
Yeah, that's crazy. And there's
This
a
is
whole
I
bunch
sounding
of
mean,
like,
this is sounding real Suge Knight. I don't
yo,
know.
right, that part. But,
people who are like, who have followed the case, like we all kind of knew it was something along the lines of that.
for sure.
Um, you know, I feel like
Probably probably an instigation situation. You know what I mean? Something instigated, something popped
Yeah,
off.
you
Well,
know,
apparently he was banging the both of them. And they were friends or best friends, and so it got real nasty real quick. And it turned into a pew
it did.
pew. That's a 22
Yeah,
situation.
right.
And he's been claiming his innocence the
This
whole
whole time.
time.
Yeah, it's the whole time.
I
But
feel
like,
like if he did some shit like that, like he's so like little man syndrome, like egotistical, like he would have no problem being like, I did that shit and like think it's the most gangster shit in the world.
right. But nah, yeah, that whole case, everything that happened was just fishy, bro. It was just, I was like, yeah, you know what? Whatever. That's
Yeah.
their business. They got bread. But like, I pray that he comes out of this shit innocent and all that for real. Though. I mean, so it's just
I seen
crazy.
the petition on change.org. They already have like last I checked 60,000 signatures. They just dropped it. Yeah, they want that man out of jail.
Shout out
Which
to
I don't
Tory
blame them. If
Lanez.
he's an innocent man, get him the fuck out of there. Like, and he's
Nah,
not
but
even
like,
in California, so Gavin Newsom needs to really get on that ass and then do something.
We got albums to make. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly right.
my nigga making albums in jail and
In
shit.
jail, I know. He just dropped the album in jail. But it
Whooping
wasn't
feet.
like
He's whooping feet. Like
I
whooping
mean, not
niggas.
for nothing. They got dead people releasing albums too. I mean, you gotta do
Yeah,
what you gotta
I
do.
mean, yeah.
yeah, facts. All right, let's transition into our next topic. Because speaking of dead, Morgan Freeman dying.
Well, yeah, he's like on his rumored he's on his deathbed. He's like 86
What?
or 87. Yeah, like
I
he's
feel like we hear that Morgan Freeman is dead every
every
week.
5 years. No
Nah.
funny shit,
The
and then he
last
pops
I
out like,
heard
"What are you
was
talking about?"
last
Like,
I heard was his hand, right? Like he got in a car accident and then he had the glove in. He lost like feeling in his hand, so he has to permanently have a glove on. But I heard he was still like working and doing this thing. I didn't know he was on his deathbed.
I didn't hear
yeah,
that either.
that's what they're saying, but I don't know if he is. That's fucked up. But he looked like 87 though. It's like,
Bro, I thought that man was gonna live as long as like Clint Eastwood, because Clint Eastwood's still making movies at like 90 something. Like, well, he directs
Yeah,
movies. He
yeah,
directs movies. He ain't behind the camera no more.
not facts. But
yeah.
if he's chilling, that's fucked up. To whoever's spreading these rumors about him every
Yeah, it's
5 years when
horrible.
he's done,
Because
that's
imagine what
fucked
his
up.
family's thinking with that, like having to hear
Right.
that.
I heard his family hates him.
Oh well, damn! Isn't that just a
Because
Jerry
Jesus
Springer
he like
situation?
he had like this woman that he married and she had some kids, so they were his step kids, and then he married like his step granddaughter or daughter or some shit. Something fucked up.
That's fucked up.
I
That's
mean,
some that's
you do
some
crazy
real
shit when you live a long life like that, I guess. But
Damn.
damn. That's sounding like some real Northeast Vermont shit right there. I'm gonna tell you. Just saying.
Facts.
Like,
Damn.
Oh man.
that's my funkle right there.
Uncle is crazy, not Funko. Uncle, oh
He needs some milk.
yo, it's a Funko. That's hilarious.
Oh my
Funko.
God.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
See,
if
this
you
is how
want
you know like we're from two different areas. Scum, what are you drinking out of right now?
Styrofoam cup.
to.
First of all, I love those mason jars. It's just I
Damn,
destroy
Jen,
all
what is that?
mine.
The crystal?
This is Ross.
Oh,
Oh Jesus. Hold on, hold
word that
Ross
part.
is Ross is epic. Better than a
on. Things
Marshalls.
up. You know what I do like actually? Because I think your girl would like this. You know, like was it uranium glass? The glow stuff. You ever seen that? It's like glass that glows green. It's the coolest friggin' shit. It looks like that cup, but it's green.
Oh,
Naturally,
okay,
it's
I know what you're
green.
talking about.
Yo, it's dope.
Word,
It's dope.
never seen that.
That's the fine china.
That's the punch. Yo, all right. So, were there any fishing video games?
Yeah, yeah.
Word.
Dude. I went to Core Gaming in Salem, New Hampshire, and I picked up Bass Hunter 64 for my Nintendo 64.
That's what I remember. That.
Yeah,
That's
I got
oh shit.
Rapala for PlayStation 2 still. I never got rid of that. And then I downloaded some like PlayStation game during COVID. It was like make your own character, drive around and kind of catch a fish, but it didn't
Word.
hit quite right. You know what I mean?
Damn. They aren't really fast on us page. I remember seeing that shit.
I'd
I
rather
wonder
I'd
if
rather go
it's
fishing in Red Dead Redemption 2. That's me.
Facts.
Be
that's
the
fire.
cowboy I
Yeah,
am.
that's fire. That's fire. That's fire. That's cool.
All right. Uh, best fishing clothing brands.
Best fishing clothing brands. Moose Man Outdoors. What the hell are you talking? Come on now.
There you
Yeah.
go.
Well, that's it. That's the shit. Yeah, we'll be coming out with socks and thongs next year. Don't worry about it.
Huh?
Nah, I mean, I honestly, I'm not picky. Jen knows I'm not like a name brand person at all.
Right.
Like I'm like, if it's comfy, I
Hmm.
believe living life comfy.
Right.
Cause like, we're gonna end up being stiff as a cardboard and at the end of the day anyway. But
Or dust.
um, or dust. But they have those like what are the UV shirts, Jen? You know the fishing shirts I always wear.
Yeah, it's like
It's like you know what I'm talking about, Skom. It's like that lightweight material. It's like the
Yeah.
sun don't go through it.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
anything that all day. If I was ever
Yeah.
loaded, I'm talking like richer than like Beyonce loaded, you're
Yeah.
gonna see me wear two things: those shirts and velour
Yeah.
tracksuits every day. And it's gonna be bedazzled with Moose Man across the back, Portuguese flag, some real, some real, some real stuff. Jen
Hell
knows
yeah.
she's gonna get her own superstar, like bedazzled velour tracksuit one day if I ever hit
oh
it
my
big.
God.
She's my manager. I'm just letting you know.
Hello, Jackson. Yeah, that'd be fire.
Bro, the
Let's
Master
go.
P jump off the JC Penney. Let's go,
Oh
man.
my
That's
god.
what your boy used to wear with the Dragon Ball Z
Oh,
undershirt. Get at me.
Facts.
OG to this
what
day.
fucks with it? Yo,
Uh,
Super, you think AI is killing creativity or is it helping it? Well, both of
Ooh,
y'all.
that's a yo, Jen, you answer that because that's a hard question for me.
It's killing it. I think I like using
That's hard.
AI, which I shouldn't be using AI because I'm killing the environment. So
Word.
I will revoke my AI usage from here on out. This is my pledge to the internet. But I have used AI for like just like brand building
Yeah,
things,
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
ideas, concepts that I have. But like
Mhm.
for this fucking podcast, I had some friggin' guy trying to help me make a logo, and he was using fucking
Microsoft
Yeah,
Paint.
yeah.
no fucking AI to make our
Oh,
logo.
okay.
Mind
I was
you,
gonna be
he
like,
was
damn.
taking like two fucking
No.
months to make our fucking logo. Was taking for fucking ever. He was the reason why we fucking delayed ourselves so far. And literally, I did the same thing. I fucking asked AI to make me a logo. It made me the same logo. I said this to Scom. I said, "Oh my fucking god."
Heated.
Why don't you have me do something? And then that's what I did with Moose Man. I was on cloud 72 when I was in bed and I was like
Cloud 7.
friggin' playing around on my phone. Ask Jen. I had so many logo
Yeah,
ideas,
facts.
and all I do is layer it. These new phones. I mean, I bought like the Samsung like S24, like the 100 times zoom. I got a
Mhm,
group for the camera or whatever, but it's like
mhm.
a handheld laptop. Yo, I like layered my logo together to essentially like be like a duck with like moose antlers and fishing. So I wanted to say like
That's hard.
hunting, fishing, like
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah, yeah,
mean? I
that's
wanted
hard.
there to be like a happy medium.
Right.
Um, but all it was layering, dude. Like, you know what I mean? Like if you guys got like two something interest like music and pop culture or something, fucking just
Yeah.
separate the images on yourself. Be like, I like this, but I like this, and then just see
Hmm.
how it incorporates, and then just send that shit to a guy who does vector. That's essentially what I did.
Well, I didn't
Right.
realize you were offering your services, so
Well, it's not services. You're a friend. I'm obviously always helping out. Listen, you want to stay warm, you got to bring wood to the fire. That's what I do.
Yeah,
facts.
I show up with it in my hands already. I'm like, hey, can I hang out? That's what I do.
All right. Do you think men's mental health matters?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Are you serious? That's like number one on the priority list always. But it's not just men. I think it's all everyone's mental health matters. I
Yeah.
mean, at the end of the day, there's a lot of conflict that's going on in this country, in this world. And I'm not here to bring up any of the politics or any of that stuff, but I will say right now, like whatever happens at the end of the day to make you sleep at night with a smile on your face, I say do it.
Facts.
The Lord gave us one life. Whatever you believe in, whether it be Santa Claus or if you're an atheist and you believe in yourself, I don't care. At the end of the day, you believe in something that's gonna make you feel better, and that is a priority on anyone's list. If you want to wake up tomorrow with a smile on your face, your mental health matters. You matter. Your voice matters. If you need someone to talk to, listeners need listeners too. I mean, there's help out there. There's friends. There's family. I always said, at the end of the day, after the current occurrences that happened with me and my family earlier this year with losing my uncle, I felt like it woke us all up. At the end of the day, you're gonna have, if you're ever in a situation where you have absolutely nothing, the people that are there are the ones that are going to be your support system, your family, your dear friends, the people who say I love you at the end of the day. That's they're your number one support for your mental health. You be there around them no matter what. You feed that fire because they're there because they want to be there, not
Right.
because it's an obligation.
Right.
This family, they don't have to be there if they, you know what I mean. But
Right.
no matter what, you have people who love you. That's going to feed your mental health, and you got to stick around that.
Facts.
Be a better you every day. Wake up wanting a reason to wake up.
Right.
There's hope for a reason.
Right. So this is kind of like an off the wall question. What do you think will happen if the internet like shuts off tomorrow and like forever? Like nobody on the
Oh,
internet.
I think everyone's gonna lose their mind. I'll be honest with you. I mean, there's a podcast that I heard one time. It was Post Malone on Joe Rogan, and
Yo, I seen that shit.
Post said this one thing that I will never forget. He goes, "Yo,
Credit cards and shit.
literally." He's like, "If anything," he goes, "if you ever wanted to ruin the world,
Yep.
shut off the banking system.
Yep.
I won't know what to do. I won't be
Yep.
able to buy a pack of cigarettes. I won't be able to get beer. I won't be able to eat. You really want to mess the world up? Shut
Facts.
debit cards off." Like that's
Facts.
literally what Posty said. I'm like, yo, if internet went, which is essentially I'm assuming all communication because I'm assuming cellular devices, anything that's like satellite driven.
But
I like handwriting letters, yo.
yeah, you
I'm
know,
gonna train a pigeon to send you a letter or something. Be like, yo, this is the longest text message that ever took place. But hey,
man, people
you
gonna have
know,
to write again. That's crazy.
but you know what? Society lost that touch of
Nah,
people
for
going
sure,
down the
100%.
street to like go hit
Nah,
up your
for sure.
friends.
Nah, for
You know what I'm
sure.
saying? I notice it in some like the people you're around. You have friends that have kids or whatever. Like you notice that it's not like how it used to be, where like yo, I'm gonna go down the street and go bug Jen, knock on her door. Yo, can she come out and hang out?
Right.
Like I felt like we're losing a lot of that. So I
Nah,
feel like we do
100%.
need to revert back a little bit. I feel like accessibility is what killed a lot of society, whether it be
Facts.
romance, friendship, family, even. Like
Facts.
accessibility is what kind of kicked that to the curb. And I feel like people need to wake up and really be like, what really matters is not the screen that's in front of you, but what's behind that screen, your
Right.
family and friends in that room. You know
Thousand
what I
percent.
mean?
1000%. Facts.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Any last words, any things you want to say, any shout outs, any final thoughts?
Shout out to Moose Man.
Facts.
And go grab that Moose Man merch. You heard? If you really about it, you'll have Moose Man on you.
Hit me up anytime. I'm always
You
like, listen, I'm always willing to support anyone that wants to support. Kindness always starts with you starting it.
know? Right.
And that's something that my friends taught me by just pushing me to do this to begin with. Big shout out to my friends back home, Jen, my friends in Vermont, Eric, Josh, the whole group, everybody that's been supporting me while I've been up here, my family, my friends, anyone who really took the time, coworkers even, like anyone who took the time to go out of their way to even bat an eye in this direction. I appreciate even a little effort. Um, Gives me a reason to say, like I got people who give a shit. And at the
Right.
end of the day, that's what real rich is. I'm humbled by the people that have taught me the lessons that I needed to learn in life. I'm humbled by the mistakes I made to get here. I'm humbled by learning every day and not being too proud to learn.
Right.
Um, and I'm very happy that, I had the opportunity to talk with you guys and catch up with my best friend and meet you, Skom. I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to take you
for sure.
fishing if you're in the area. Feel free to hit me up,
Word. Let's do it.
you know, especially if you're in the New England area. I got you.
Oh, for sure, 100%. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Appreciate you for coming on here, man, and sharing your story with us, bro. Like, it was a pleasure, man, for sure.
I appreciate you having
Sure,
me.
sure, man.
Yeah, this is definitely something that's a little more left field from what we are doing as, a show,
Hmm.
but we want to also be versatile in what we give out because you're gonna go and you're gonna post this on your social media and we might get a couple followers from you and vice versa,
Absolutely.
you know?
Yeah.
So it's all about, connecting and sharing our stories and our experiences and creating new experiences together.
Yeah. All are welcome, right? That's how it should be.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Come as you are, and then we all bring something to the table at the end of the day.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. So this is the Super Scum Show, episode 3 with Moose Man
Yeah.
Outdoors. We
Mm-hmm.
appreciate everybody who stuck around to watch. Shout out to everybody on Twitch. No kick today, unfortunately. Sorry. But shout out to everybody who watched on YouTube. I think this was our most viewers on YouTube that we had so far. So,
Shouts
and
to you too. Shouts to everybody who's watching. So
facts.
that's it.
We'll be back tomorrow on live on Twitch, Kick, hopefully, and
Mhm.
YouTube doing our music video reactions. Me and Scum will be back doing that.
Yep.
And next week we will be back on Tuesdays doing the episodes.
Yep.
We only did Wednesdays because of scheduling reasons the past 2 weeks. So starting next week we'll be back on Tuesdays. And that's it. Just make sure you like, you subscribe, you do all that good stuff, leave a comment, share it with the next person, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.